So, guys, welcome to the Thursday, February 16th edition of our morning Zoom. It is Thirsty Thursday, as Kyle calls it. And today, guys, we're thirsty for knowledge. We're thirsty for progress. We're thirsty for getting better. And I want to share with you guys real quickly on your screen right now, there is a very, very valuable tool that each of us should have. I just, matter of fact, emailed this out to the leaders, key leaders, captains all have a copy of this. Just send it out to every agent in Davenport agency, and I'll forward it over to Kyle so that he can forward it to you guys. But it's called the presentation analysis. And guys, that is simply all of the items that we need to be doing and putting together, all the ingredients to get the meal that we want, right? Guys, as we've shared before, you know, you probably would never sit down and eat a heaping pile of baking soda for a meal, right? Probably doesn't taste that great all on its own. But you put baking soda as a key ingredient into a cake, you get yourself a great cake that is very appealing and is very yummy that you do want to eat. Guys, very similarly, every individual thing that we do in our business and every piece of the presentation might not come natural, might take some additional work. But when you put it all together, you get a great presentation that helps a person understand their need, gets them open-minded because we use names and connected on a level. You help understand their need because you showed a few testimonials and you shared a couple of key cancer stories and you dropped 12 to 15 names to make sure you connected with one or two. And then only then can you progress to getting them committed to a yes or a no today, to get rid of that. Let me think about it. Let me ask my spouse. Let me pray over it. I'll get back to you later. Do you have a card? Do you have a brochure? Do you have some literature? Then and only then can you progress to fulfilling that need and asking tons of questions so that the prospect says what they need to hear, not you saying as much. And you do that by asking questions. Do you have a proper transition to a price buildup where you're really creating the need, you're raising the value and then dropping the bottom out to create that value for it. All those little things, God, the transition to the close where you get people saying yes, 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 and then the actual close. Hey, and then actually using the rebuttals, because those things sure do work when they're done properly. And guys, the presentation analysis is a great piece. And I would encourage not only the leaders, the trainers, to have one of these handy so that they can analyze and give feedback on things that you're, not just things that you need work on, but reinforce things that you're doing well. Okay, continue doing that. That's awesome. We want to catch ourselves doing things right. Right? It's easy to catch ourselves doing things wrong and get down on us. But guys, we do so many things right. And the one thing you have to keep in mind is that there's about 8 different parts to the cycle of the sale. If you do them all, you're going to have a lot of sales. If you leave just one of them out, though, that's the thing that will blow the sale. Okay? If you don't have that buying atmosphere, you're going to get procrastination. If you don't build a need, you're going to get people saying, yeah, I just don't think so. If you don't connect with names, you won't have that trust. So they all add up, all the ingredients to make for a great meal. So guys, this presentation analysis is not only great for leaders to have in the field, but all of you guys when you're following, okay, when you're working with somebody. Derek Pinnell, you're working with Jason Miller today. You ought to have a presentation analysis so that when you're watching him do demos, you're looking for very specific things in here too. When he's doing some training with you, he's going to notice things and tell you specific things to look for. Hey, in the approach, we want to make sure that we're smiling. Okay. And you can, great, good, average, needs work, and a spot in there for comments. Okay. Are we using cancer stories? Are we empathetic? Are we getting pre-approach? Are we just running out of that business? Or are we asking for the name of the owner next door? Okay. On our demos, are we asking the critical questions 1 and 2? Okay. Hey, is it possible cancer could happen? You or someone in your family. If it did happen, you couldn't work for 6 months to a year. Might that add some stress and strain on your finances? Okay. What's the current backup plan other than your savings? The indirect cost page, are we really driving it home? Okay, are we making them come up with some indirect costs and not just flipping the page when they say, I don't know, you tell me? Okay. Are we covering these things well? It's all in there, guys, down to ICU, return of premium, your price build up, your transition to the close, okay, your solidification, your referrals. Guys, there's even a spot down here at the bottom where I always encourage people, probably a couple of the biggest things that I know new people do that or leave out are names. They don't use enough names typically. They don't use enough IRAs or enough local cancer stories, making it real for people. And something they don't do a lot of times is ask questions. They just talk. They just talk a lot, right? And as we all know, selling ain't telling. Okay, it's not about who talks the most. He who talks the most dominates the conversation. He who asks the most questions controls the conversation. Guys, we want to control the conversation, not dominate it, okay? But you can just go down here and write, hey, questions. And then underneath that, have that new person put a little tick mark for every time you ask a question. As we should be asking 20 plus questions in our presentation to keep people engaged. If not, their brains are going to wander. So that's just my little plug, guys, on this great tool that we have. It's 2 pages. So if you print it off in your computer, double-sided, you can get both of these pages on one page. I would encourage all of us have 20 or so of these, 3-hole punch them, put them in a simple notebook that you carry with you in the field at all times. So when you're working with someone or being worked with, you can use this great tool. Okay. So guys, any questions or concerns about that awesome tool that we have available to us? Hold on one second, guys. All righty. So guys, then I'm going to shift over to the meat and potatoes today. And guys, this is a little piece here on 10 ways to improve and be a great agent. Okay. We love our checklists, guys. So we're going to talk about 10 ways to improve and to be a great agent. All right. So I would encourage you guys, take some good notes on this part right here, because this will make all the difference. So first thing, guys, is your habits in the business. Having a solid morning routine. Okay, your routine, guys, it needs to be sharp and it needs to be on point. Okay, you want to wake up literally at the exact same time every day, Monday through Friday. Okay, doesn't need to be 6 a.m. some days, 5:30 another day, 7 o'clock another day, 5 minutes before the Zoom on another day, just because you don't have an appointment until 10. Needs to be the same routine every day. Guys, your body's a machine. And if you keep getting up at different times, you're messing with the brain chemistry and the efficiency of your body. Okay. By doing that, your body and brain will not perform to the level that it needs to. So you can be the best version of you during the day. Okay. You being lazy with your morning will get you passed up by other agents who have a better morning routine than you do. Okay. It's one of those little things that makes a big difference. Your team needs to know that by 8 a.m., you've gotten stuff done. Okay. You need to be impressed by your own time management skills. Okay. That's something you can put your faith in, right? We can't, that's something we can control. So, well, they're always looking up to you and they want to be like you. So, as leaders, guys, be the person that you would want to follow. Okay. Yeah. And you guys, successful people get up early. As the saying goes, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay. You need to be up by 6. Okay. Some of us need to be up by 5:45, 5:30. I know for Kyle, his routine now starts at 5:15 in the morning. I know the alarm went off here for me at 5 a.m. today. Okay. Dogs, your meds or pills or vitamins, coffee, athletic greens, food journal. These are a lot of things that happen. Scribing journal. Matter of fact, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but just started my new journal today. It's called Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Pretty excited about that. Doing a daily journal routine, and sometimes it's just going to be 3 to 4 minutes, but it's getting it out there. Okay. And I write out for about 10 minutes what my day will look like. Just visualize pumping myself up through words. Like to read, okay, get some good positive things in the morning. If you don't, guys, have some sort of maybe a morning routine with your spiritual life. My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers, something my grandma gave me for high school graduation. several years ago as part of my morning routine. And also just started a new book called Own Your Past, Change Your Future. It's one I just got for Valentine's Day. It's by Dr. John Deloney. So very excited to do a deeper dive into that one. But guys, working out, okay? I mean, just getting some sort of physical exercise, even if it's just 30 minutes of walking outside and walking up and down, around the block a few times, but just 30 minutes, guys, that is proven to change the way you feel about yourself and your metabolism. Okay. I like to have my Kachava shake in the morning, pack my lunch. So guys, packing your lunch, gosh, it saves money. It saves time that you're not wasting, and it saves a whole lot of fat. If you are waiting until your body tells you you're hungry, it's too late, and you're probably going to make less than optimal decisions with what you put in your body. Guys, if you eat McDonald's or some kind of fast food at 12:30, 1 p.m., by 2:30, 3 p.m., energy is shot, okay? We've all been there and done that. Don't make that mistake. Pack your lunch. Some of us can do that real easy by meal prepping on Sundays too, and just having it ready in Tupperwares, okay? Get showered, get dressed, kiss the family goodbye, and out the door by 7:30. Guys, we've talked about it. Very few people, not everybody will do it, but if you can walk into a business or two and shake a couple of hands before the 8 a.m. Zoom, guys, you are so far ahead of the game, and just take that Zoom from your car. I can always tell, guys, it's the same people all the time. We can look and you can see some people are chilling at the house and some people are in their car. And a lot of times those people in their car, they've already seen somebody, okay? The gatekeeper posts up at about 8:30, 9 o'clock at most businesses, guys. If you can walk into a business before the gatekeeper shows up, you can meet that owner on the first time versus having to pop in 5 or 6 times. Can you leave some information that I'll have them give you a call? We know how that works. So, yeah, so that's, guys, the morning routine. Again, in the office between 7:15, 7:45 every day, or headed to the field. Again, never, the house is just never at the car after 7:30 a.m. and never in front of the house before 6 p.m. Okay. Just make it a non-negotiable. If it's 8 a.m. and they can still, and you're still, if you're still at your house, guys, that's BS. We need to be away from home. I made a deal with my then girlfriend 21 years ago when I started this, that, hey, if at any point, if you're talking to me and it's between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m., if I'm at home, remind me to get the heck out, because nobody buys anything with me at home. Okay. IPA doesn't happen from home. Okay. If it's 9, 10 a.m., if you can hear your dogs in the background, you can hear kids screaming, then you need to be out in the field. Okay. You lost credibility. So you definitely want to be out of the house. Okay. Again, lead by example, guys. So number 2, don't take unplanned time off. Stick to your schedule. Okay. Speaking from Kyle's notes here, I'm 4 years running without really taking a day off that wasn't planned or already in my schedule. Most of my trips are planned months in advance. I take time off probably once a quarter, small vacations, snowboard trips, football trips, beach trips, mountain weekend, but they're planned well in advance. You can't wake up and say, stay home because you have nothing on the schedule. Please don't. My team is doing really well and they'll be fine without me mindset. Unless you've already planned it out in your schedule well before that week started, don't do this. Okay, it's a terrible habit. That's for the mentally weak. Okay, when you have that mindset, that's when you're about getting punched in the face with reality. Then you get a monster uppercut. If you do it, your team will do it. Okay, so callous your mind so you don't do this. Play the discipline game and test yourself and force yourself to do the hard right versus the easy wrong. When you have a solid morning routine, like I mentioned before, and do the same things Monday through Friday, you'll want to go to work because you'll just stay at home. Will feel awkward and you'll feel off schedule. Okay. It'll feel more comfortable and easy to work than it will staying home. Guys, if we do what we're supposed to do when we're supposed to do, we can always be present. We can be mentally and emotionally present where we are physically present. That's when you know you have a solid routine going for yourself. You could put a ton of crazy obstacles in your way and you plow right through them because you want to stay on schedule. Okay, guys, point number 3. Okay, and how to be a great agent. Point number 3 is know your business. Okay, guys, we've all had before. I had a weakness of knowing the analytics of my business. Know your numbers. Knowing your numbers will tell you exactly where you're lacking. Okay, guys, I track our team submits, track our agent count, our new agent premium, our existing agent premium, our submit percentage, number of people on the roster, number of people that submit business, the proficiency per agent, how much each agent does on a weekly basis, hour per demo ratio, closing percentage. Those are all things, guys, that as a leader, I track and we run. When I was an agent, gosh, you definitely want to know your closing percentage, your hour to demo ratio. You want to know the basic things. You want to know how many hands do you have to shake? How many calls do you need to make, in order to get a demo? And how many demos it takes to make a sale. Those all things boil it down to the most controllable. Obviously, all the recruiting metrics from phone screens to second interviews to finals to hires to producing agents and the number it takes to get there. The only way I got better understanding these analytics and really knowing what moves the needle is teaching it to the people I work with and the leadership group how these numbers work. I show them their numbers and reverse engineer it with them. It helps them improve in my knowledge of the numbers and for them to see how it works too. So best way to learn is to teach, okay? The ability to look at trends, compare those metrics to people who are doing better than you, okay? It's not always the size of the team premium you look at the numbers in between, how efficient their agents are selling, their recruiting efficiency, their new agent premium averages, et cetera. So you can look at our numbers and see exactly where your business needs you. If you have the data, reach out to someone who's crushing it in the field and ask them how they do it. Take notes. Then just simply replicate what they do. In most cases, you'll find out that they're doing some little things that take a little extra effort that you may not be doing at that time. It's not rocket science, okay? Again, plagiarize the best people in the business who are better than you, okay? When you know the numbers, you can ask yourself, what does my business need from me today? Okay, it all comes down to recruit, training, or selling in our business. Those are the three items for triple threat. Okay. Each year when I set goals, I have to reverse engineer my numbers. This was, it was out of my league when I first got started, but thank goodness for other people that I've looked up to that have helped me get good with numbers so I can learn from them. Now we have Nicole Damewood, who's really great with making those VPFs to do the reverse engineering for us. All we have to do is plug in our metrics, closing percentage, average transaction size, our contract size, hour to demo ratio, and then plug in how much money we want to see in our bank account. We do that, it tells us exactly how much effort we need to put in based on our current skill level. Okay. I do that with net premium for personal sales, team sales, and then also in recruiting. Look at what other people's goals are in my range and just commit to beating what they do. I really track my activities with recruiting so I can see how many metrics improve over time. Number 4, guys, is prepping for the upcoming week and day. Okay, guys, it all starts on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, we need to it doesn't start on Monday at 8 a.m., right? It starts well before that. We need to remember, guys, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Those are your 5 Ps. Okay, we need to do a weekly game plan every week, or a VPF as we call it. You must. If you don't, no one else will, or won't be done the right way. When you can speak and talk about your VPF with your goals and what your goals are to your team, then they'll put more time into theirs. Okay, guys, I put about 3 or 4 hours every weekend into preparation for the week before the week starts. Okay, 4 things I do every weekend for years. I send my team an email, congratulating them on the week, any updates for the upcoming week, and a VPF link. Compile our good news for the presentation on the Monday morning meeting. Complete raw report, which is about the recruiting report. These numbers need to be accurately put in. Okay. I get Monday morning meetings and Monday morning staff stuff organized for the team, and bring the freaking heat. I'm usually sweating pretty good after our meeting because it's just you feel like a football coach talking to your team and getting fired up. So not winging it, right? It's very thoroughly planned out, and I've reread it twice before it's even in action. Just like this part I'm talking on right now. You crush Mondays when you do this. High energy. You have your teaching parts laid out. My Monday meetings are the biggest office day. I have interviews already scheduled. My day's absolutely filled to the last minute on Mondays. No free time, hardly to even use the bathroom. It gets the week going with a monster Monday. You've seen the guys, just personal sales. Look at the people that are having a great week this week. They kicked it off with a strong Monday. Okay. Tuesdays and Thursdays are field days. Funny thing is I still hold 3 or 4 interviews on these days after my day's done in the field. Work like 7, 8 running interviews after I drop off an agent. Work like till like 7 to 8 p.m. or so running interviews after dropping off an agent that I'm field training, and get straight on a Zoom while driving back to the office. So Wednesdays and Fridays are office days unless it's a train more. So plug your numbers into your VPF every week, guys. Your quarterly one. Obviously, you make your weekly VPF every Saturday or Sunday before you go to bed for Monday morning. You want that planned well in advance. Just like, guys, before you end a day, make sure you pick out the business you're going to start at the next morning. Okay. Does not matter what that business is. Just pick it out so that you know where you're going and that decision is made. Okay. That way you're not driving around your territory looking for that perfect business to start. That's hard, guys. Pick it out before you end your day. Decision made, easy start. Okay. So even if you show up at that business and the door is closed, it doesn't matter. You're already in the field, right? And you're in a good headspace. So if you don't, again, your team won't. Simple as that. So get competitive as heck. It's easy to do that after a big week, but doing after slow weeks. Okay. You got to know where your agency is at all times in relation to your goals. Okay. Number 5, have great habits outside of work. Okay, guys, having good personal habits. Okay. Like drinking, for example, drink less alcohol during the week. For some of us, just need to just cut it out during the week and just save it for the weekends. This will help you stay sharp in your morning routine. We're all the CEOs of a very large business, okay? One of the biggest downfalls of CEOs of corporations or athletes is when they let alcohol or other substances wreck their momentum and get them in trouble. You have all the talent in the world, but if the hyper successful people don't drink during don't drink during the week, okay? On Friday, Saturday, hey, fine, do what you want to do, but get ready, okay? Crush it, and have fun time on the weekends with the boys, doing whatever, watching games, do whatever. Sunday, time to get back to discipline. This is the time of year that you want to be disciplined, hardcore on Sundays. It's okay to drink a few for a football game, but you need to be sharp as attack on Monday. So don't overdo it, okay? You don't want to be hungover. Fatigue makes cowards of us all right? So eating, guys. Your body's a machine, okay? Think about athletes like Russell Wilson, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Peyton Manning. These guys have invested millions of dollars in their health every year so they can stay sharp and play at their dead level best. Guys, remember, you've only got one body. Take care of it. That is your most valuable asset for each of us, is our ability to go to work and make money, okay? So, workouts, guys, get competitive with improving your personal health. Again, you may not go from not working out at all to working out an hour a day with intense cardio, but you got to do something, even if it's just walking. Okay. If you never had a Peloton, something I added to, in this past year, to my workout. So if you can't get into the gym, you can always pop those shoes on and go for 15 minutes is all it takes to get a good hard sweat on. So this is the win outside of work that gives you even more confidence and even more swagger. And that swagger trickles down to your work swagger. Every time, it always does. When you feel good, you act good. So have that time in your morning routine, okay? So just because you're making more, earning more doesn't mean you can get lazier in your physical life, because it will crumble your empire very quickly. You need more energy as you scale and level up. Okay. You need your battery to be 100%. So you can be a savage warrior and get out there and get it done. Okay, guys. Number 6. Okay, number 6, have a tenacious attitude. Think big, acting big, and talking big to yourself. Okay, guys, if you brighten a room by leaving it, then something's up, and you need to work on that attitude. Guys, write this down, please. It's your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. It's your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. Take your best week in personal sales or team sales, okay? And tell yourself, I'm going to beat that this week. I'm better now than I was then, so why not? Okay? Look at your best week. Guys, when people have great weeks and then they go into slumps, it's not because their skill level dives, although I will say this, sometimes people abandon the basics. It works so well, I quit doing it. Sales talk works, okay? But it's because their attitude declines or their effort declines. Again, works so well, I quit doing it. So, act big, doing all the things that scare you immediately. Guys, eat that frog, okay? If there's something you don't want to do, be sure it's the first thing you get done that day, okay? Talk big. I've done it before. I can do it again. Bring it on, okay? If anyone can overcome this obstacle, it's me. That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm successful, okay? Some people make excuses. Others find a way. I'm going to find a way to be successful. Talking to yourself, guys. Speak things into existence, guys. Positive self-talk. It is humanly impossible to think a negative thought and speak a positive thought at the same time. So speak positive thoughts out loud to yourself, and don't get over yourself. If you're like, oh, that's weird, that's people might make fun of me, people might think I'm weird. Who cares? Those other people don't pay your bills. You do. Those other people are not in charge of your success and where you go in life. You are. Okay. Number 7, coming down the home stretch, guys. Number 7 is play the opposite game. Okay. All the small day-to-day decisions that come up, thousands of decisions we make every day as human beings, do the opposite of what your brain wants you to do. Guys, human beings are made to take the path of least resistance. So you have to direct your brain to do the opposite of what it naturally wants to do. Our brains are wired for survival, not for success. Okay. Survival says avoid things that cause pain. Success says run directly to things that cause pain, because that's exactly what you need. Hopping out of bed, accomplishing hard things in the morning, not getting on social media, okay, during those 8 to 5 hours, so important. Okay. Take very little break time before. Keep going. Momentum is a hard thing to capture. So when you make a sale, go see another person. Don't stop and kill all your momentum. Okay. Don't get in your car and get on social media. Oh, I'll just do it for 5 minutes. Next thing you know, it's an hour. Okay. You'll add so much value to your business and your family when you don't get on social media during the day. Robbing your family $100 every week to get on that during every time you get on there during the day. It really does. Getting out of your car quicker in between stops, eating healthy lunches, investing in yourself more at night, getting that 6th demo. Guys, sometimes that difference between 5 demos and 6 is just not getting on, not hopping on Facebook or Instagram during the day. Working a full 8 hours in the field, not going home early. Planning your day at night when you're tired and you just want to watch TV. You go all day long. But those are little decisions you make. Do the opposite of what you feel like doing. Choose the more difficult decisions and you'll get the results you want. Under attitude, never get comfortable where you are. That's when you want to get, straight punch in the face and things spiral down quickly. Okay. You need to always work to stay ahead of the curve. Almost as if you don't position, as if you don't, your position can get filled. Okay. Whatever gives you that extra edge, stay uncomfortable, because that's the only way to grow and improve. Do the easy things that always get lackluster results. Doing the easy things will only get lackluster results. Get hard, make the difficult decisions, and it'll cause you to grow. Okay, when things are hard, that's good. Friction makes you stronger. It calluses your mind. Okay, easy won't do it. So do what's hard, guys, and then what seems hard initially, becomes a lot easier. Number 8, reserve your clients. I think we mean reservice your clients. Okay, this will separate an average agent from a great agent. Okay, we tell people at the end that we're going to be their agent for life. So they're expecting to see you again. Okay, we're supposed to come back by. There's so many benefits of reserving. 1, show them excellent customer service, separates you from the competition. You're not just a number. They're not just a number to you. Number 2, it helps with claims, small ones and big ones. You're going to find out stuff when you see your clients regularly, and you can remind them, hey, have you had a mammogram? Have you had a pap smear? Hey, awesome. Let me show you how to fax that in or scan and send that in so we can get you that claim. Okay, so we can get you that early detection benefit. Guys, you do that, people keep their policies forever when they file a claim, even if it's a $100 early detection benefit. So help people, remind them to use that. Remind them why they bought the coverage in the first place. Get them re-excited about what they bought. They're a client for life. Show them what their return of premium check is going to look like when they hit 25 years. Number 4, gives you an opportunity to sit down with new employees, people you didn't catch last time. Guys, Josiah Carr wrote $8,500 in premium on Monday. That's in a business that he did last year. This was just a reservice. So don't forget to reservice those clients. And guys, lastly, but collect referrals. Okay. I don't need 500 names, just 3 people. Who are 3 people that I should introduce myself to right now? Okay. Where's your brother and sister work? Okay. Where do your parents work? Where did you used to work? I want to go over there and visit those folks. Okay. Fail forward, guys. Learn from your mistakes, not doing the same things over and over again. Okay. Don't wait for your agency owner or someone else to grow your business. Remember the 10 2-letter words right here, guys. If it is to be, it is up to me. Ask yourself, what does my business need from me today? Okay. Would I hire myself or would I fire myself based on today's efforts? Okay. Love yourself more each day, guys. Be kind to yourself so you can be kind to others. All right. Last 2 things, guys. 1 is read every day. Guys, leaders are readers. Okay. People who grow read. Okay. It can be claims. It can be Eagles. It can be a book. It can be a devotional, but read. Okay. There's a book I'm reading right now that Dylan Buck had told me about, the 5 a.m. Club. Okay. Robin Sharma, he talks about bringing the freaking heat. Formal education, guys, will make you a great living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Okay. You must invest in yourself when no one's watching to be successful in your business. If you say, well, gosh, I worked so hard today, I'm tired. I was just exhausted. Well, guess what? The people that are coming home and doing the reading, they're exhausted too, but they're doing it anyway. Okay. There's nothing wrong with being exhausted, and there's nothing wrong with pushing through it either to figure out what you really can do. Okay. To be world class, you won't get there by just putting in 8 to 5. If you want to be world class, that will separate you from the average person is reading in non-business hours and making it your unfair advantage. Okay. If you want the game to slow down, you want to be more confident in your ability and your knowledge, more confident in your public speaking abilities with talking to team members, talking to potential clients, talking to potential recruits, read more. Knowledge breeds confidence. Okay. You want to crush teaching parts for your agency. You got to read to get that it factor. It doesn't come naturally. This career, you have to have that winning edge, and you must do things that most people won't naturally do. Again, doing what you naturally like or dislike is not the common denominator of success. It's doing things that failures and successful people don't like to do. Okay, it's a huge part of it. It gets your head and your heart right and a peace of mind for your soul. And guys, number 10, the last thing I'm talking to you about today, how to be a great agent, is to have an attitude of gratitude. Okay, guys, love yourself. Okay, thinking of all the things you're grateful for. Okay, you can walk, you can hold your iPad. I went out to dinner last night and held the door for an older gentleman, wasn't much more than 4 feet tall, all humped over with a walker. Took them about 5 minutes just to get from 10 feet outside the door, inside the door, to go to sit down for dinner. And it just made me think, my gosh, I can walk, I can talk, I can stand up straight. How blessed are we? So many Americans would freaking kill to be in your spot right now, but they're not. They can't. So they're physically unable to do what you do. If you ever have stinking thinking, write down 10 things that you're grateful for when you realize that your situation in the grand scheme of things is not that bad compared to people in other countries that have war zones, poverty. You know, some places don't have clean drinking water, and they have constant stomach issues based on having to settle. Okay. Other Americans with disabilities that were out of their control. You know, next time you see a person with that's missing a limb, think how lucky you are to have all four that work. It gives you that juice to keep going and keep smiling and be the best version of yourself. Guys, leave everybody that you meet, whether they buy from you or not, you leave them in a better mood. Leave them in a better place than you found them in. If they don't see the value in your product, you thank them for their time. You wish them a good day. You don't get huffy, oh, fine, and storm out of there. Guys, remember the speed of good news and the speed of bad news are very different, okay? You want to always leave good news going out there, okay? And it doesn't help your attitude either. If you leave someone else in a worse mood than you found them in, it just carries over into yours and makes your own worse. So spread sunshine, brighten a room by entering it, not by leaving it, okay? It's not your prospect's job to make you smile. It's your job to make them smile, okay? Smiles are free. Takes a lot less energy to smile than it does to frown too. That's actually a fact. So when you walk into a business, you need to elevate the level of energy. Wow. Somebody needs to can somebody hit the mute button on Mr. Broom? Thank you. When you walk into the business day, we need to elevate the level of energy in that business with a great first impression. Okay, because we're grateful to be here, grateful to sell a great product, grateful to have our health, grateful to be building a residual income for your future, and grateful to be a part of an amazing agency that you guys are all a part of. Guys, that's what I got today. So I appreciate you guys hopping on today and investing 45 minutes of your life. And I hope you'll go back and take a look at your notes that you took today and just put them into action, because gosh, it makes all the difference in the world when we do have that attitude of gratitude and be the best version of yourself. So, and remember guys, it's not important to be the best, but it is always important to do your absolute dead level best. Guys, have a great day. Let's crush it on Thirsty Thursday.
Thanks, Van.
Thanks guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
Van. Great info.
Thanks, Van.